In this video, I want to share with you one reason we must worship God. Actually, the only reason we must worship God. And also explain why the 24 elders, the 4 living creatures, and the zillions of angels in the book of Revelation say, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing," what is known in theology as the 7 doxology. The trillion-dollar question is, why should Jesus receive all glory when he is already glorified? Why should he receive riches when he has everything? Why should he receive power when all power in heaven and on earth belong to him? To answer this question, we must go back to the nature of Jesus Christ, to the personhood of Jesus Christ. You see, Jesus is fully a man and fully God. In other words, as a member of the Godhead, Jesus has all the 7 attributes. You can't take away from that. He is self-sufficient, he is all-powerful, he has everything, he is glorious, he is mighty. However, as the sacrificial lamb who was slain before the foundation of the world, Jesus deserved to be praised. Jesus deserved to receive all these 7 attributes, no question whatsoever. Let me use this analogy to drive home the point. We often say to people who have worked hard and eventually got the result, we say to them, "You deserve it, you had it coming, good job." They already have the success that we are saying they deserve. Whether we acknowledge their success or not, it doesn't take away from it. In the same way, in the grand scheme of the redemptive operation, Jesus deserves to receive all glory, all power, strength, riches, blessing, glory, all the good things you could ever ascribe to him. Why? Because he won. Let us sink in. He came to this world, he died and fulfilled the ultimate mission he came to do, which is to die on the cross. Did you know that if Jesus had failed, humanity is doomed forever? I said in my previous video, God sent his only son. That was his all. There was no spare. Heaven sends the most precious treasure it has. So, by the virtue of the Lamb overcoming, it deserves our worship. It deserves our adulation, our adoration. It deserves our all. Jesus deserves our worship because he overcame. Whether we worship God or not, God is God. He remains forever elevated and glorified. As a matter of fact, God could raise stones to worship him. He could make trees and plants worship him. It is a privilege on our part to worship God. There is something worship does to a man. Worship transforms and liberates a man. So when you worship God, it's a privilege for you to worship. You're doing yourself well when you worship. That's just the reality. Remember the scriptures, as Paul and Silas worshipped, the Bible says their chains fell loose. That's the power of worship. So remember, the only reason you worship God is because he deserves that worship. So when you understand that you are worshiping because Jesus deserves to be worshipped, worship no longer becomes boring or a chore. You wake up in the morning and you worship. In the afternoon you worship. In the evening you worship. When you are sleeping, you are grateful. You wake up being grateful. You sleep being grateful. You do things being grateful. You forgive being grateful. You give being grateful. You do all things as an act of worship to the one who conquered. When you grasp the sheer risk and the cost of the redemptive operation, you will indeed come to the conclusion that Jesus deserved to be worshipped. With this understanding in mind, thanksgiving roars to life. Worship becomes animated, and prayer becomes meaningfully crucial. And you will realize that you were bought not just with love, but with heaven's ultimate treasure. So, in summary, why should we worship God? Because he deserves it.